morning of the race, and the car's still not quite set up right.
Well, all we could do is just give you more of a wing. That's going to make you slower down the straight. We're going all back the wrong way again.
No, I don't like that.
No, neither do I. Right, let's go and have a chat.
We've called Peter Waugh the straight man. To pursue the analogy there is about Chapman, a touch of the cheeky chappie. Even in the final seconds, he's extracting the last ounces of one-upmanship in detail.
If you follow these black marks, that'll be roughly the line I'll try and get Ronnie to follow.
Yes, okay.
You see where the previous car started? Now look, I've got the lad sweep. See these two black marks here? I've got the lad sweeping that bit of track, so if that's roughly where you're going to start from, we'll try and give you a bit of dry track. Now, how many turns off do you want on the wing? Two, okay. Need a fuel cap. You haven't put the fuel cap on the fuel tank. So you want to be there at the finish. If things look a bit black at the start, don't worry too much about it. Yeah. They'll all pack up. That's like they did last time. Yeah, best of luck, Ronnie.
Come on, clear the
Remember, it's the last 5, Emerson, you want to worry about, not the first. Careful of his jump, John JT, don't squash it. Might need it again sometime.
A clean start, but Scheckter, the bright young man of Ricard, is destined to make news of a different sort. The start of lap 2. What had happened? Slow motion cameras recorded the facts. And Chapman had observed them.
As far as I could see, obviously the leaders came through, Stewart came through, and Ronnie right on his tail. And then a little gaggle of cars, and by about here, Scheckter had already lost it, and he was going sideways in the group. And he touched one of the cars of the group, and then hit the wall and bounced out. And then the next group saw the accident. Emerson was one of them, slowed right up, was slowing down to avoid hitting the 2 or 3 cars that were already blocking the track. And 2 cars came past Emerson, flat out, and started another accident. And then, of course, you got the second pile-up. There was 2 distinct pile-ups. It really is remarkable that no one was seriously hurt. The fact is that the cars now, the structures are very good. There was no fire, no real problem. I'm very, very pleased to see that there's a lot of machinery hurt, but not much else, fortunately.
Jesus, the mother and father of his shunt, though. Oh, boy.
Well, means a restart, though, Ronnie, doesn't it?
Are you in the front row now?
No. Same as before.
Same as before.
For JPS, the delay before the restart was a benefit. They were able to achieve a better setup on the cars. Only 19 of the original 28 restart. Peterson leads. On the 7th lap, Stewart, chasing him, goes for the inside at Stowe Corner. And he pays the penalty. The immediate result for Stewart, a pit stop and a lap behind. Fittipaldi retires. Peterson, his car still not handling quite right, is beaten by McLaren's Peter Revson, but finishes second. Fittipaldi still one ahead in the Drivers' Championship. But Peterson's second place points here invaluable in the Constructors' contest.
Taking part is a lot of fun, but the only real satisfaction comes from winning. I wouldn't go racing if I wasn't winning. I went 1 year without having won a Grand Prix. If I have another year like that, I think I certainly will pack up. I think you get results entirely proportionate to the amount of effort you put into it. If you're not winning, you're not trying hard enough. That's really all it boils down to.
The Dutch Grand Prix, practice at Zandvoort.
Blooming hell, Ronnie's engines is as rough as a bag of old nails, isn't it?
Yeah, and they're in the road.
Fittipaldi and Peterson have been roaring past almost together. Suddenly, there's only Peterson, and he returns.
Where's Emerson?
He crashed very badly.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Where?
Fastest corner before the turn.
What happened? He's crashed very heavily into the guardrail.
Fittipaldi's brother. His wife. The cars are right off, but Emerson has survived, his feet trapped and painfully crushed.
We had a wheel failure on Emerson's car when he was going very well indeed. It was a failure which was almost impossible to have detected beforehand. It was a wheel that had just come back from the manufacturers only 2 or 3 days beforehand. Emerson was very lucky, of course, not to have hurt himself more. But in fact, the accident not only took a lot out of him physically, but obviously while it has affected his mental approach to racing for a race or two.
Peterson's qualified for pole position, but Fittipaldi in a hastily provided car needs a painkiller.
Does Colin know that you have? Colin knows you have this tablet.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
As long as you, as long as you know, it is the equivalent of a small drink.
Yes.
Then a small whiskey.
Okay.
As long as you know that, then the rest is up to you. I would say don't, but you also know how you feel. Yeah. And as long as you know that your reaction times are slower.
Yes, okay.
Yeah? Where's Colin?
After practice, it's decided Fittipaldi will race.
You can't do your best time. Just drive as long as you can bear the pain. If you can't bear the pain, come in.
It's to prove a disastrous and tragic race. On lap 1, Jackie Oliver hits the guardrail. On lap 2, Fittipaldi, in pain, retires.
Okay, pack it in, fella. No disgrace in that. Yeah, push him away in the car.
At Zandvoort, though, all seems trivial beside the death of the young driver, Roger Williamson. Peterson leads most of the way, but then with 8 laps left...
He's not come round. There he is. He's blown it. Get the extinguishers! Get the extinguishers!
Hard luck, Ronnie. What is it?
The gearbox went first, but now the engine output doesn't fall completely as well.
Can you finish or not?
He's blown it.
No, it's had it, I'm afraid. Gearbox first.
The story of Holland is to be repeated in Germany. Stewart and Sever first and second. Only 1 point in 2 races for JPS. And signs of restlessness now from Fittipaldi. The sponsor worries and wants to know.
About Emerson and all the rest of it. I'd like to hear your point of view, but I don't really think that this is the right time.
I was disappointed that Emerson wanted to leave us. Say one got the message about that time. Having worked for so long with somebody, from scratch as it were, one always gets pretty closely identified with them. And it's always a bit of a disappointment to think you've got to start all over again with someone else. And really that's what is more disappointing than anything.
A man beset by problems. Stewart 18 points up on Fittipaldi, now third behind Sever. In the Constructors' Championship, Tyrrell's lead by 14. The Austrian Grand Prix to come, then the Italian at Monza, provided the constructors agree to compete and an old charge against Chapman is dropped.
I would personally, or my lawyer, would get a document from an Italian court that said that the existing proceedings have been terminated. They didn't promise they wouldn't start new ones, but they did promise that they would terminate the existing ones. And I thought I would get a bit of paper signed by an Italian judge that said that. Now, exactly, well, how do I get that bit of paper? And are we going to wait for that bit of paper before we all sign our contract to go to Monza? Because I'm bloody certain that if we all sign that contract, that bit of paper will never arrive.
It's time for professionalism to take over from depression.
Let's have a little talk about Austria.
What have you got on, Ed? Good engines.
That's for a start. What are we doing about that? You know,
Well, we've got...
That means new engines, and besides, a frenzy of work at Hethel, Lotus's Norfolk HQ and workshop.
Are we going to get them in time for Austria?
I think we'll get 2 fresh ones for Austria. I think it's extremely unlikely we'll get 3. Full gearbox system coolers.
Breather and filters. We want the new rear oil tanks and the wings. We want better front wings without these riveted on lumps of junk. I want to go back to the small air boxes, because I reckon it's blanketing our wings. I want light noses on all the cars. Oh my God. Thanks a lot.
Austria, the Memphis Grand Prix, clearly a crucial race. After this, only 3 to go. For JPS, it's like a breath of fresh air. Practice goes well. Their drivers are 1 and 2 on the grid. The Elf Tyrrells take a rear seat. Only gravel on the track perturbs Chapman.
Yeah, I know. It's Jarrier here who's done it. Wants to use his loaf, not bring all this stuff onto the track. See what you've done with all this gravel on here?
Anyway.
Come on, let's get some of these damn rocks out of these tyres. You know, this sort of thing, though. The racing drivers, they got the...
The Yardley McLarens are poised ominously behind the JPS pair on the grid.
Between the two of you. Well, what did he say? He's saying that if he moves over to the right and then sort of back towards the middle a bit, and you move towards the middle and back to the left a little bit, between the two of you, you might be able to... yeah, okay. Not too obviously, mine. Anyway, best of luck. If we can win this one, we're back in the hunt, aren't we? Just about.
The race seems in the bag. In the lead, Fittipaldi, desperate for a win and championship points, purposely let through by his teammate Peterson, who lies second.
11.8 and 12.8.
All is well for both until 6 laps from home.
We're going to get a 1-2, I can see that.
Something has happened. Fittipaldi has stopped. The trouble? A loose clip on the fuel feed pipe. It's cost 3 pence. It's possibly the end of Fittipaldi's championship hopes. The team's consolation is Peterson.
Yes, he's there!
He wins 9 seconds in front of Stewart. The McLaren's threat has not materialized.
Oh, dear. Hard luck, matey.
Fittipaldi 24 points behind Stewart and 3 races to go.
He just ain't in the running anymore now. Not with Stewart third.
Was he third? Second.
He's got another 6. That's 24 he's in front.
No way.
Races to go.
We've got to win all 3 and no finishes.
We've only got 3 points back on him in the Constructors' Championship.
To Chapman and the sponsors, the Constructors' title would be money in the bank, publicity and advertising potential. Monza. The charge against Chapman has been dropped and a boycott averted. The black and gold specials plus the Yardley McLarens again have the edge over Tyrrell's. Peterson does the fastest lap in practice, a record.
Right, quickly, just fuel.
Right. 34.8 that last lap. Bloody hell, that's the second quicker than anyone else.
And straight out again for another 2.
That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
First lap, the first lap only, from the bridge till the second chicane, no overtaking. This is between you gentlemen. It's a gentleman agreement. We all have been drivers and you know what it means. It is very serious. First lap only. Afterwards, God bless you all.
How was the start? What did you say? Because that blooming McLaren was in the way.
Peterson first, Fittipaldi second, just like Austria. Controversially, Peterson does not let Fittipaldi through to capitalise his lingering chance of the championship. Stewart, with a softening rear tyre, stops and drops far back. The trouble is, he then drives the race of his life. He's to finish 4th.
Stewart is champion. All Stewart's got to do is finish now and he's champion. Well, he's 5th now, so he'll be even pegging, and then he's got to actually get one more place to...
The race, the failure to pass Peterson, is possibly the last straw for Fittipaldi. But at this moment, the important thing is the 1-2, the winning of maximum constructors' points.
We've got to do another lap yet.
The team have come back within 3 points of Tyrrell's. But the champion driver does belong to Ken Tyrrell.